Good morning, you guys. We're going to be making some holiday wreaths and a couple door swags today. So I've got a couple things. I have the grapevine garland that I picked up at the beginning of fall. I think I picked it up and I didn't use all of it, so I still have some left. And I have some wire right here. This I picked up from, I think, Michael's, and this is 22 gauge. And then I also have a pair of snips. And my plan for today is to make a winter style wreath. So once Christmas is over, I'll be able to put this wreath up on the door, and it's going to be winter themed. So that way it's not like, you know, the reds and golds and all those like Christmassy colors. And I can get through the season through, you know, the end of December, January, February, have that really pretty winter style wreath. And I'm really excited about this one. I've never done this before, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm really excited to make it. And then we're also going to make a door swag. I'm going to make a swag for the gate that leads into the back garden. So it should be super easy. So we're going to go harvest some Dusty Miller around the property, actually in one spot right there. I have a whole bunch of Dusty Millers. And so we're gonna go harvest all of that Dusty Miller. I've been saving it specifically for this project, which I'm really excited about. And then we're gonna go down to Chico. I'm gonna take my little sister, she wants to go shopping. And so we're gonna go shopping, and I'm going to pick up some tree trimmings from the like Christmas tree lots. They're already showing up in our area. And so I'm going to see if they will like sell me some or give me some of their branches. I don't need that many. I probably only need like 4 or 5 from them. And then I'm going to harvest a few pieces of evergreen, some of the arborvitae, some of the, I think it's like a juniper or something that's right there, and a few other little evergreens that we have on the property, and I'm going to make a door swag out of those. So it should be a relatively easy day and kind of an exciting project, and I'm going to see how many I can make. So let's go harvest the Dusty Miller and then get to it. So this is the Dusty Miller patch. I have this one right here. This is the variety called New Look, and you can see some of it has already flowered, which I actually really like the flowers. I think I might try to save some of these and dry these also. And then this is the more traditional variety that you find at like big box stores, and this is one branch right here. So I mean, she grows really full, really happy, and I grew all of this from seed. So we're gonna harvest basically all of this today, and any of it that I don't use I'm gonna hang upside down to dry, but my plan is to harvest this and be able to dry it on the Wreath Form. So let's harvest. This is so beautiful, and I cannot wait to see this on a wreath form. This is going to be way too much, but this is so pretty. I feel like I should just walk around town holding all this Dusty Miller. It's so beautiful. So we're going to start on our wreath form really quick. I got to take some of this grapevine garland, and I have to make a form out of this, which, I mean, it comes in a spiral, so it won't be that hard. I've already got it cut on one side, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this, and where it hits right about here, I'm going to cut right about there, and I'm going to make another, I'm going to tie these together, and it'll make a whole wreath form that's about that big. So we're just going to cut this really quick to about the size that I want this wreath to be, which is about there. So we're going to cut this really quickly. Okay, so we have our wreath form. I'm gonna go in and try to secure this just a little bit more. I'm gonna add a little bit of wire to the end here and kind of throughout it so it stays a little bit more put together. I think we're just gonna grab some of this paddle wire, and we're gonna just start attaching some of this to make it so that this is nice and tight. Okay, so we have our wreath form made, and this is nice and sturdy, not gonna go anywhere. Honestly, it's a little bit thin, but that's okay. I I'm trying to do this as cheap as possible. So this is basically at this point a free wreath because I bought this to use for the garland around the front door. I had all the leftovers and all of this Dusty Miller's free. So we're calling it a free wreath. And I didn't want to go out and buy a Wreath Form. You can definitely go out and buy them. But I think they're like $12 for a Wreath Form. And I think this entire garland that I have, which I still have a ton of it left over, and I used a bunch of it already, and I've made a Wreath Form out of it. I think it was like 15 bucks or something like that, so incredibly cheap. The next step though, what we're gonna do is I want to use both of these varieties. So we have the two varieties. We have the New Look Dusty Miller and then the traditional Dusty Miller, and I'm gonna alternate in between these, and we're gonna just lie them down on here. And I'm not going to worry about the stems sticking out. I'm going to come through later and cut all of that off. But we want to go through any of these leaves that are, you know, not the best, that are chewed up a little bit. We want to take all of these off. So that's just going to get popped off. And we're going to lay this on here. And I'm going to probably go with one more, which is the traditional variety of the Dusty Miller, and lay that on that. And then I'm going to start with my paddle wire. And we're just going to weave these guys on here together. So we're starting, I'm going to pull these guys tight, but you don't want to do it too tight where you snap the branch of the Dusty Miller or whatever plant that you are going to use. You want to make sure it's tight, but not like snap the stem tight. So that's on there. And then we're going to wrap this around. Couple times just to get it started. Okay, and then I'm gonna just slowly start working pieces in. So I've got some smaller pieces. You wanna make sure that you get the outer edge as well as the inside of it. So this will go outside like so. And then we're gonna put one of these. I wanna find a smaller one. Smaller branch on the inside. So we've got that tight there. And we're just gonna basically just work our way around this, and this is an incredibly easy project, just alternating between the New Look and the traditional variety and making sure we're doing one on the inside, one in the middle, and one on the outside. Really fast, really easy project. And this should be a really, really pretty wreath. Privet tree. Oh, I hate that tree so much. Okay, so we are at about the halfway point, almost. Isn't that looking so beautiful? This is better than I even envisioned it in my brain. And this is exactly what I wanted. This is such a gorgeous wreath. I can't even believe it. Even if I had a super thick and bulky grapevine wreath right here, and I just did half of it like this, and this was extremely thick and bulky, that would be so beautiful. You know, you could do a couple of them this way. So pretty. We're gonna finish this though and go all the way around. I cannot even believe this. It's so good, and I can't wait to see it finished. So I'm just, you know, one continuous wire. I'm holding this tight, tighter than you think, because these are gonna shrink up a little bit. But oh, it's looking so good. So let's finish this really quickly. Okay, so now that we've kind of come to where the 2 points meet, where I started and the end, what we need to do is we're going to lift some of this up just a little bit, and I'm going to start taking some of these and shoving it so it goes underneath the wreath form, and then it fills in those holes just like that. And then I'll go in with the same thing. Probably 3 more pieces is all I really need. This one and maybe one in here and one on the outer side, and then we're going to be all done. So I'm going to find some of the ones that I think look the best. This one does have some staining on it, but you know, I really like how full this one is. I think I'm still going to use it. Oh yeah, pop that leaf off. Yep, I'm probably gonna pop this leaf off. What is this one too? This is also to that. Okay, we're taking off any of these leaves that look really awful. So my biggest tip is, instead of going over and wiring over the leaves like this, lift the leaves up and go lift the leaves up and get to the stem that way. So that way when you wrap your wire around, the leaves fluff back up and you can't even see the wire at all. That's the best tip for this. Okay, so last step, I'm gonna cut quite a bit of this wire like so. Hold on to it tight because I don't wanna lose the tension that I have on this anywhere. And we're gonna pull it tightly. And I'm gonna just weave it back into this, and I'm gonna tie it around one piece of wire that's right here. It's kind of a pain, but this is how we're gonna secure it. Then we're gonna go backwards this way. We're gonna tie this to the back of this grapevine wreath. All right, you guys, look at that. Is that not the prettiest thing you ever did see? There's one leaf I gotta pop out right here. Oh man. This definitely turned out way better than I thought it was gonna turn out. This is so beautiful. So one wreath down. I definitely have enough of this stuff to make probably 2 more of these wreaths, but I don't think I need 2 of them. This didn't take very long. It probably took us about 30 minutes to make, and probably another 10 minutes harvesting the Dusty Miller, and I still have a bunch left over, and I think it was worth it. So this is going to dry now, and I'm going to leave it just like this on a table. I'm gonna leave it face up like this so it dries, and Dusty Miller is really good for being a dried flower or a dried foliage because it retains all of its color, because the color is actually the fur that's on these leaves. They're a very soft, textured color. And so this should dry basically exactly like it is. It might just be a little bit duller. Like right now it's a very vibrant, icy blue, perfect for winter. And it should just go down to more of a softer gray blue color. So I cannot wait to see this dried. We're gonna leave this in a cool environment. We're gonna leave it in the shed to be able to dry just like this, but I could not be happier. So I'm gonna head to Chico really quick now, and we're gonna go pick up some foliage, and we're gonna make a door swag now for the garden gate. So we'll be back in just a second. Okay, you guys, well, life happened and I didn't finish filming the rest of the video. So we are actually gonna go to a light show with the neighbors, and I don't know if I'm gonna end up filming much or any of that. If I do, you guys will see it next week, but I think we're gonna be done for the day. I'm obviously out of light, and so I will be back next week with making those door swags. They're gonna be so easy to make, and it should be a really great gift to give to people. So that is gonna be where I end the video, is when I said I'll be right back to make the door swags. So that is gonna be it for this video though. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye guys.